the Circuit of Ireland rally. The Circuit of Ireland was 550 stage miles. This is a little sprint event of 220.
Drive like we saw you drive on the Mintex, I think nobody can catch that.
Wow, it's a long rally here, so
yes.
We need to go to finish first and see.
That's right, and of course you give a lot of power away to the big boys, yes, but yes. You still finish very respectable times. Yes. The problem may come over at Peter Place right now. Total power.
The asphalt is problem, I think. We have not so big engines.
I would be looking to finish in the top 3 of the class, top 5 in Group A, and if I do that, I'll be reasonably happy.
I think obviously the big opposition is going to be the Audi Quattro, because we're back in the forests, and after all the rain we've had, they're very, very slippy. I think what we've got to try and do is rely on the reliability of the General Motors Vauxhall Chevette. It's been outstanding in the past, and hopefully it's going to be on this event.
For the third round of the British Open Championship, action moves to Wales for the Castrol Welsh International, and Stig Blomqvist leads the field into Esgar Daffyd after the Friday lunchtime start. Jimmy McRae is debuting the new Opel Manta 500. The new car is both lighter and more powerful than his older Skoda, but it is to have its teething troubles. Penty Ricola is always a welcome sight on British events, here at the wheel of a Tony Maslin Escort. Finds his Toyota GB Group A Corolla lacking power for the steep climb. Whilst over from Finland comes Lassie Lampi and his David Sutton run Quattro. Lampi leads the Finnish Championship, but he's only been to Wales once before, during last year's Lombard RAC. Leading the Open Championship, Russell Brooks is using his trusty Vauxhall Chevette with 3,000 rally miles already under its wheels. Terry Cabey is destined for more bad luck in the Open Series. Malcolm Wilson has a new close-ratio gearbox in his Group A Escort, but transmission troubles still plague the team. Chris Lord is looking for another good result after his success in Ireland, but his TWR Mazda RX-7 soon develops a mysterious misfire. Norway's John Hockland drives Skoda GB's first entry in the Open Series, a Group A 1300 machine. Incessant rain lashes down as the rally moves to Truscoord on Friday afternoon. Blomqvist leads while Jimmy McRae is starting to feel the effects of a rather hot cabin in his Manta. Russell Brooks is beginning to challenge and is third fastest. Whilst Lampi settles into the groove of Welsh driving. Ricola's car has developed a misfire, and despite his mechanic's very best endeavours, a cure is not found. Phil Collins is the leading Welshman in his Ascona, but he is having trouble with a misting up windscreen. Per Eklund always looks hairy, but here his Toyota has a broken anti-roll bar, whilst Daryl Wiedner replaces Harold Demoot in the Audi Sport 80 Quattro, just for the Welsh. His lower-powered car should be revelling in the muddy conditions, but he's driving a canny rally. Clinton Smith, one of our leading club drivers, is destined to make his mark in Wales. With light fading, the rally moves on into Istwyth on Friday evening, and Blomqvist extends his lead. McRae is bedding in his car in holding second place, but is destined to spend 15 minutes off the road in Dyfi Forest during the night. Brooks holds third spot, but will move into second place by the time crews reach a rest halt in Machynlleth. During the afternoon, brakes have been troubling Lampi, but he moves up into fourth place, ahead of a hard-charging Phil Collins. Penty Ricola is soon to retire when his engine misfire worsens, but he is certainly entertaining the rain-soaked spectators. Per Eklund charges on through the night to pull past Collins into fourth place. whilst Harry Uteler is soon to lose his throttle cable. Hoffland is just keeping the factory Skoda's nose in front of the privateer's Astras, whilst Bertie Fisher is having an unlucky Welsh with too many punctures. Bob Foden's exciting triumph is destined to move up during the night, but he too is having tyre trouble, with Malcolm Wilson already on his second gearbox and about to have another one changed. Terry Cabey has poor steering after clipping a rock. His rally ends early on Saturday morning with a broken engine. Wiedner is slowed by dropping engine oil pressure, but is now more used to the car. Saturday morning, and it is still raining, as Blomqvist holds a commanding lead. Russell Brooks takes a breather as Mike Broad drives into service. Now there's a brave man for you.
All right, we had a bit of a scare a few stages ago when the alternator pulley broke up and threw the fan belt off, and we did 4 miles without a water pump or fan belt, and the engine boiled dry. So we've gone very, very carefully ever since, trying to preserve the head gasket. Yeah.
Stig Blomqvist has had a problem-free rally, dominating the stage times, and he drives over the Epint tarmac stages with true fire in his blood to a well-deserved victory. For Brooks, a second-place finish has been a reward for a professional, well-paced drive. He couldn't have asked for better, up against the Quattro in such atrocious conditions. Third place for Lassie Lampe must be a good result on strange territory. His drive was consistent, a brave effort with poor brakes. Per Eklund gave a storming drive to finish 4th in his reliable little Toyota. Phil Collins took 4th place from Eklund on Epint, but lost it again on the final stage with engine problems. He finished 5th last year as well. For Jimmy McRae, it was a fantastic drive back up through the field to clinch 6th place in the new Manta 400. Whilst Malcolm Wilson was simply pleased to have finished the event at last. 8th place went to Bob Fountain after a final attack over the tarmac stages. Whilst Alan Edwards followed him home in his rented Phil Collins Escort. For Clinton Smith, 10th place was a bit of a disappointment after climbing as high as 6th during Saturday night. Darrell Wiedner acquitted himself well on his first ever visit to Epint, bringing the 80 Quattro into 11th place. John Midgley had a turn of bad luck for the Welsh. A fire extinguisher went off in the car on Friday evening, heralding a whole string of mechanical problems.
The new format event, 26 hours, very compact. Has it suited you as a driver?
Yeah, it has been very good, I think, because this morning was a little bit tiring, but in other cases it's been quite busy all the time.
Yes, we're a bit of a Quattro sandwich with 2 Quattros there, one in 1st and one in 3rd place, but very pleased to finish 2nd and 1st of the conventional cars.
I'm going to say nice to split these things, isn't it?
That's right, yeah.
We were having trouble with the car understeering it. The springs are not just quite right for the car, and we just hit a tightening left hander. There was a lot of mud on it, and we just literally just nosed the car off and couldn't get it back on. I mean, it was 15 minutes before we could get the thing back on the road again.
You must have driven absolutely wonderfully to get back up there and finish so high up after all that. And when we saw you over Epping, that was something else again.
Yes, I mean, we were 17th or 20th or something like that, and it's good to finish 5th, but it's still annoying that we were off for the 15 minutes. I mean, we should have been 2nd behind the Quattro.
Yeah.
That was a good rally. Yeah. It was a hard rally, but...
What about this new format that we've been talking about? Is it as good as they say?
Yes, it was quite good. You know, I think the forestry should have been left in for the last stage, but, you know, that's up to the organisers. But, yeah, it was a good rally.
Very good.
Yeah.
Yeah, thanks very much and well done.
Thanks.
Big good drive. You know the territory and very well done.
Yeah, that's right. We don't actually know the territory as well as everybody will have you believe, but anyway, it's a local event. It's nice to do well on it.
It is indeed.
And we have another car in the top 10, Alan Edwards, who had a trouble run early on, but pulled back up to the 9th, so I'm very pleased for him, and that's all great stuff.